I am making a Thunder Dragon deck profile. This deck got hurt by instant fusion being hit to 1. I feel like this deck's just taking a beating for no reason. Like, I understand why instant fusion was banned, but I feel like banning Colossus might have been a little too harsh. At, I would have at least liked 2 more gold sarcophagus. But anyway, enough of that. This is how my deck is with the current ban list, and I actually kind of like it because I've actually been doing pretty well with it. Starting off with the monsters, I play 3 copies of Thunder Dragon Matrix. All the Thunder Dragon main deck monsters, with the exception to the original and the level 8, have the effect of you can either discard it or activate its effect when it leaves the field or is banished. And you can only use one of those 2 effects per turn. Matrix has the effect of you can discard it, target a Thunder, increase attack by 500. Or if it's banished or leaves the field, then you're allowed to add another Matrix from your deck to your hand. Then I play 3 Battery Man Solar. Battery Man Solar is a walking Foolish Burial for Thunder monsters. And if a Thunder monster is normal or special summoned while it's in play, you get to special summon a Thunder token, which actually helps with a 2-card Link 4 and Colossus Titan play. Then I play 2 copies of Aloof Lupine. When it's normal summon, you can banish the monster from your hand, and then banish the monster of the same type from your deck. And if it's destroyed by battle, you can, I want to say it's special summon a banished monster or add it to your hand. At battle, if it's destroyed by an opponent's card effect, target one you banish. Yeah, when it's destroyed by an opponent's card effect or battle, then you can add one of your banished monsters or banished. Yeah, banished monster and add it to your hand. Then I play 1 White Dragon Wyver Burster. Its effect lets you banish a dark monster from your graveyard to special summon it. And okay, and then if it is destroyed, then you can add, or there's a field, then you can add Black Dragon Collapse Serpent. Special on this by banishing a light monster from your graveyard, and if it leaves the field, you can add a White Dragon Wyver Burster from your hand. Both of these are at 1 because of guard dragons being able to be abused and everything. Then I play 3 copies of Thunder Dragon. This is the only Thunder Dragon in the main deck that, or the only one of 2 that doesn't have the discard or leave the field effect. But you can discard this to add up to 2 Thunder Dragons from your deck to your hand. Then I play 3 Dark. Dark has the effect of being able to discard it as a quick effect to add another Dark to your hand. Or if it leaves the field or is banished, you can then add 1 Thunder Dragon card from your deck to your hand. Then I play 3 Hawk. Hawk is the other card needed for the 2-card Titan and Link 4 play. You just need this or Solar. The Hawk has the effect you can discard it to special summon a banished or Thunder Dragon that's banished on your graveyard. Or if it leaves the field or is banished itself, it then lets you Magical Mallet your hand. Being able to put any cards in your hand you want into your deck, shuffle, and draw the same number. Then I play 3 copies of Thunder Dragon Roar. Roar has the effect of you can discard it to add a banished or graveyard Thunder Dragon from your deck or back to your hand. And then if it leaves the field or is just banished, then you can special summon a Thunder Dragon from your deck. Then I play 2 copies of Thunder Dragon Duo. Duo can only be special summoned by banishing a light and a dark monster from your graveyard from play. If you activate the effect of a thunder monster in your hand, it gains 300 attack points. So if you use Matrix on it, instead of gaining 500, it gains 800. Or you can just use Matrix on something like Titan, and then it'll gain 300, and Titan will gain 500. But then if it destroys the monster at battle, I believe it lets you add a Thunder Dragon monster. Okay, when it destroys the monster at battle, you can banish a Thunder monster from your graveyard to then search for a Thunder Dragon card. And to finish off the monsters, I play 3 copies of Chaos Dragon Legionnaire. And the only thing about this card that makes me sad is that I have 3 different rarities of it. I have Ultra, Secret, and Ultimate. It makes me sad. But Chaos Dragon Legionnaire can only be special summoned by banishing up 3 light and or dark monsters in your graveyard that has an effect depending on which ones were banished. If you banish only light, then you get special summon a monster from your graveyard defense position. Only dark, shuffle 1 random card from your opponent's hand to the deck, or if it's light and dark, you can destroy up to 2 cards on the field. However, when you use that effect of Chaos Dragon Legionnaire, it cannot attack at all. That is it for my monsters. Moving on to spells. I play 1 instant fusion, sadly. But this just helps to summon a Titan or deal with opponent's monsters. And I play 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Dimensional Fissure for when I go first. Because it turns out decks that need their graveyards don't work well when their graveyards are banished before they can get there. 1 Gold Sarcophagus to banish any Thunder Dragon from your deck and trigger its banish effect. 2 Thunder Dragon Fusion. Thunder Dragon Fusion lets you fusion summon a Thunder Fusion monster by returning its materials that are either on your field, banished, or in your graveyard to the deck. And then on a different turn than the turn it was sent to the graveyard, you can banish it to add a Thunder Dragon monster from your deck to your hand. Then to finish off the spells, I play 3 copies of Lord Darkness. This card is hilarious whenever I have a brick hand because I'll set 4, activate a lure. My opponent will let go through because they're like, okay, they have nothing. Or if I'll ash it if they do, or if not, I'll somehow manage to draw dark and then... Or dark. I'll somehow manage to summon roar and everything's fine. But with it, you draw 2 cards and then you banish a dark monster, or if you can't banish a dark, then you have to discard your entire hand. Which this has actually happened a couple of times, but more often than not, I have a dark... or a roar. I need to learn how to speak it right. But oftentimes I'll have a dark monster to banish. Then moving on to the traps, there's not very many, but I play 1 Macrocosmos. And to reinforce the Macrocosmos or Titan whenever I have it, 3 Solemn Strike. If there are probably some cards in this deck I'd probably end up taking out, or added to it, make this a 46 card deck by adding 3 more Warning and 3 Strike. I figure since this is a go first deck anyway, might as well put some traps in. But Macrocosmos has the effect of banishing every card that goes to the graveyard. And then Solemn Strike lets you pay 1,500 life points to negate the special summon of a monster or monsters, or a monster effect activation, and destroy it. Meaning, like if your opponent were to summon a Contact Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, or Pendulum Summon, or Link Summon, this can stop it. That is it for the main deck. Moving on to the extra deck, I play 1 copy of Link Kuriboh. And then I play 2 copies of Summon Summoner. 1 Cerberus, which actually kind of got a little bit better. 1 Lambda for generic Link 2. Also, since I'm playing Lambda, I'll probably end up trying to add Gammas and a driver. 1 Phoenix. 1 Unicorn. I'm only proxying for this card because my brother's currently using it. 1 Thunder Dragon Thunderstorm Mech. This card I hardly ever see in Thunder Dragons, but I kind of like it. Especially with the 2-card combo that gets you to a Link 4. Usually I go for this one going first, or Boral Sword when going second. But with this card, while it's Link summoned, you can put 1 Thunder Dragon that's banished on your graveyard at the top of your deck, and then activate its discard effect, which I think is really funny. But so with it, you can either give a Thunder 500 more attack points, search for a Thunder Dragon Dark, search for a Thunder Dragon, Magical Melt your hand, add a Thunder Dragon that's banished from your graveyard back to your hand. Wait, you don't get to Magical Melt, you special summon a Thunder Dragon. So, normally if Hawk's in the grave, I'll activate Hawk's discard effect. But I just think it's funny because this card seems really underrated. Also, once per turn, if a Thunder Dragon or if a Thunder monster or monsters on your field be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish 3 cards from your graveyard instead. So I just like it for the further protection of Titan. Because Titan, I believe, can only protect itself from being destroyed by battle or special summon. Yeah, if it'd be destroyed by card effect, so this helps you if it should ever be destroyed by battle by something like Superconductor. Or Ultimate Conductor, I mean. If your opponent's dumb enough to not flip. Moving on to the other link 4 in the deck is one Borrelsword. That's it for my links. Then moving on to Xyz, I play one Xenophon in case I don't have Macrocosmos or Dimensional Fissure. So to stop my opponent from using Grave or Banishing. Orcust, I still don't like you. One number 38 to deal with spells. That is it for the Xyz monsters. Moving on to fusions, I play one Kaminari attack. Wait. Just realized Thousand Eyes Restrict isn't here. Okay, so I don't have Thousand Eyes Restrict in here. Thought something was off. So if you don't want to play any of the current cards in this deck, add Thousand Eyes. I'll probably end up replacing Nightmare Unicorn with it. But I'll play one Kaminari attack. This card's literally just used to help summon Titan, who has to either be fusion summoned or special summoned by banishing a Thunder fusion monster you control other than Titan, and a Thunder monster from your hand. But then it has the effect during either player's turn, quick effect, or during either player's turn, non-quick effect, I mean. If you activate the effect of a Thunder monster from your hand, you can target one card your opponent, or you don't even have to target, you just destroy a card your opponent controls. However, this can be interrupted by your opponent doing something like if you go Matrix, and your opponent responds to the Matrix, Titan cannot blow up a card. Your opponent has to let the discard effect go through for that. Anyway, I'll go ahead and show you that 2-card combo I was talking about, just because I think it's funny. However, I've only been able to pull it off a couple times because my opponent stopped something without knowing what I was doing. But all you need are these two. Because what you do is you normal summon Solar. Solar will then dump your Roar. You send the Roar, you discard the Hawk, special summon the Roar, then Solar gives you a token, and then you either link off Roar and the token for summon Summoner if you're going first, or if you're going second, you link off the token for Link Kuriboh. Then you link these two off for Cerberus or Phoenix. Depending on whatever you're needing to deal with, though, that's a monster in the main monster zone or a spell and trap card. And then because you linked off with Roar, Roar's effect will let you summon Dark. So where you're at this point is, if you're not wanting to summon Thunder Dragon Thunderstorm mech, you have this. If you're wanting to go Thunder Dragon Thunderstorm mech, you have this. In this case, I'll end up summoning Thunder Dragon Thunderstorm mech. Then you link those four off for Thunderstorm mech. Then Dark will add Fusion. And you can activate Fusion to return the Dark, the Roar, and the Hawk to the deck. And then you get to summon a Titan. And this is only with two cards, so normally you also have 3 other cards. So like we'll just start practicing with just shuffling the deck, grabbing 3 cards off the top. So like because of the other cards, I have Titan to protect itself, Strike, and a Matrix to pop stuff, and I have a Thunder Dragon for next turn. So this deck overall just seems really fun. Although it would be a lot better if Colossus were at 1. Because I feel like that's where it should have been instead of just outright being banned. Like, try it at 1, see what... Oh, shit. Like, try it at 1, see what happens. But that's it for my Thunder Dragon deck profile. If you have any ideas of what I can do to improve it, feel free to comment below. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, I need to turn that